What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's comment day.
Yay! It's finally here!
And I gotta be honest, we got almost 500 comments on this episode, so there was a lot to pick. I'm sorry if we don't pick yours, but I'm sure we'll hit on the topic because a lot of them followed very, very similar topic.
Yes, there was a ton. I tried to look at all of them, but if I missed your comment, I apologize.
So obviously, this is going to be a very heavy Carl episode.
Carl!
So rest in peace, Carl. We're all going to miss you very much. And if you are grieving about him, leave comments. This is a place for everyone to discuss and talk about this show. And if you're having trouble with it, put it in the comments. Let's talk about it.
Yep.
Just be nice to each other.
Is he dying, though? Is he not?
Who knows? We'll find out. You ready to jump into these comments?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. So up first, we've got Sophie. Really good comment, a lot of info. So let's just pick this thing apart here. She's happy we're feeling better. We're both feeling better. Nikki actually got sick again.
Yeah, I got strep throat again. So
that's part of the reason why this is a little delayed.
Yeah.
But let's just jump into the good part of the comment. And she feels numb from Carl being dead. Well, not dead yet, but
he's not dead yet.
Being bit. She literally has so few words. Every death has affected me immensely, some more than others, but I'm completely destroyed over this. More than I thought I'd be. Carl keeps Rick focused and sane, and she goes on to talk about other stuff and how he used to annoy her before, and like she just dealt with it, but how he grew. But I want to hit on the part where she talks about the effect on Rick. What kind of effect is this going to have on Rick?
Yeah,
I think he's going to lose his mind. I mean, it'll be really interesting to see who actually, like, depending on how he actually ends up going out, if one of them has to, like, put him away. Is it going to be Michonne? Is it going to be Rick?
I think Rick is just going to lose his mind.
You think he just goes into, like, crazy Rick mode?
I think he's just going to go nuts and then just start, like, trying to kill everyone.
It's not going to be good.
How do you come back from losing a child? I mean...
Yeah.
Fictional show, I get it, but in their world, it's real. So
that's gonna it's gonna be very interesting to see where Rick goes from here and how they actually decide to handle Carl's death.
Or I mean, does he just fall apart then and then just withdraw?
Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. 2 months.
Guys, yeah.
2 months. We'll see. Jess Grimes. Whoa, Carl grew up a lot. He saved Alexandria by himself. Then he died. Well, not yet. What a hero. I mean...
That was pretty badass.
He was willing to put himself out on the line to save the whole group, and then he ended up getting them all out, which was...
I mean, which is, nice for once that, like, he's thinking, like, for the whole group and not just, like, what he wants to do. It's like, I need to save all these people. It was his show. Yeah. And he took control of his show.
He was put in charge. Mm-hmm. And he took the reins, took the bull by the horns, as you would say, and was willing to do his thing. He knew what his fate was from the beginning of the episode, from writing the note. Yeah. So, which is something I noticed as I was editing the reaction. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, why is he writing a note to his dad?
He knew all along, obviously, that he was bit. So,
yeah, totally.
So, yeah, good on Carl. He put Alexandria in a good place.
Yeah, I think so.
Anderson HBK, R.I.P. Carl.
Cool.
He's also glad to have us back and healthy. We are very happy to be back and healthy. Yes. Episode was such an emotional ride as shown by Nikki throughout, which is common.
I'm losing my mind. Per usual.
Which is normal. That's how she reacts to the TV show. It's real. It's how it is.
I can't just sit there. I'm sorry.
It's the way it goes. Can't. On the bright side, it restores his faith in The Walking Dead that anyone can die, especially one who was there from the start, which I think is a pretty big thing.
They have to die. They have to. No one can be safe. Otherwise, it's like, it's not real. Then it's just everybody, then he's just like playing it up for the audience. Like, we're only going to kill these, set of people and these sets can't die. They have to die.
And just the idea that they're willing to kill off a character like Carl, regardless of the reason why, people want to speculate, people have read articles, like, that makes it unpredictable. That makes the show emotional. Like, people are fired up about Carl's death, and it's
literally,
and like, isn't that what makes it, like, if they just killed all the the characters that no one cared about, then it really wouldn't have that big of an impact.
Come on, Glenn. Did we really think that Glenn was actually going to die? I mean, especially after that whole dumpster.
And are we happy that Glenn died?
No.
Of course not. But it makes the
He's
show...
not going to be there for his baby.
It makes the show so much more emotional, and it's just the idea that anyone can die is pretty intense.
Yeah.
Arshawn writes, what if Carl agrees to be sealed by Negan in order to save his people? He's dead anyway, right? And Negan doesn't know that he's been bit and he's going to die anyway, so that could be a fucking badass way for Carl to go out. No question.
Right, that would be amazing. I mean...
It would be really emotional.
That would be
pretty
extremely
intense.
emotional. I mean, that would be Glenn status crying, but like...
You want Carl to go out?
What a hero, like, selfless thing to do. Like, if this is really going to solve it, and he thinks that he's getting into Negan's head, which I think that we know that he has.
I mean, what would you rather see? Would you rather see Rick stab him in the brain while he's sick in bed, or have him go out and be like, we made a deal, put me down, confronts Negan, and see if Negan can even pull that off, because we all know he likes him too.
Yeah, that's a thing though.
Like, I think that would put Carl, like, even though we're going to lose him on the show, that would put him really high on the pedestal in terms of just, like, amazing badass moments. In Voice of Reason, I knew Daryl's plan wouldn't work. There were too many holes in that plan that could be exploited, and Eugene found one of them. You know, that was one of the things that a lot of people kind of wanted to attack people about. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but Daryl crashing the car into the sanctuary, opening up the wall, allowing the walkers to get in, didn't that kind of force whatever plan might have been in place to be implemented a lot quicker? It didn't seem to me like Eugene had a plan ready to go that, like, while they weren't in the building.
Right.
Like, they got safe. Eugene figured out a way to get them away, and then they all got out, which led them all to Alexandria and to all the other places to where they basically took over. Yeah. I still think it's Daryl's fault.
I think it was Daryl's fault. I mean,
he put it in motion.
There you go.
He put everything in motion by breaking and by ruining Rick's original plan. He went rogue. He busted the truck through the wall, which forced them to figure out what to do, and that caused the big problem for everybody.
Yeah, you don't want to force things and push things to go too fast when you need it to work systematically.
And maybe we'll see if we get a different answer about what happened in the next episode. So we'll see about that. But for now, I'm still blaming Daryl.
Ditto.
Kara writes, well, that was pretty heartbreaking. Although, as bad as I feel to say this, I'm glad it was Carl and not Daryl, Rick, or Maggie.
I know.
I don't know how I feel about Negan surviving again. Come on, Rick. There have literally been so many chances to kill Negan. And, you know, that's another thing that we personally, like, I'm not going to totally speak for you, but we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Like, I really wasn't that heartbroken about Carl dying.
I know.
And besides the fact that a bunch of people spoiled it and were like, oh, Carl's going to die, like, that ruined the moment a little bit for me. But Carl was always doing, like, kind of dumb stuff, and it was
just irresponsible things that would put himself into unnecessary danger. I mean, come on, he didn't need to go out to get Sadiq, like.
And all Sadiq was doing was freeing the souls of the walkers. Like, that was a terrible, terrible thing to do, and that ultimately, as far as we know, that's what got him bit. We don't know officially, because even if you go back and watch the episode, you don't actually see him get bit.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of the assumption.
He just says
that's when it happened. Carl's a great character. He keeps Rick in his place, essentially. And it is just like, he's not one of those things where I was super bummed out. Like, I was upset about it. I was kind of in shock. I didn't have a lot to say, obviously, if you watch the reaction. But it was just like, wow.
If the season is such and such character heavy, like, for example, this was really Shiva heavy. So when Shiva died, it was like, game over. I hate this. It's awful. I want to die. I'm going to cry right now. But, like, I think if it was, like, more, like, completely, like, you know, Carl coming in to, like, save the day and then he died, that would be, like, awful. But it wasn't like that. At least I feel like it wasn't like that. So
it wasn't a shocking moment.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Even though it was shocking, it wasn't like, it was.
It wasn't a jump scare
right.
bite You know, like, we didn't, like, see it actually happen. So, like,
the way it was
for him to
revealed was
reveal
it was kind of slow. It was kind of like, oh, he looks sick. Like, he was sitting there sick, and the way the camera was set up and the shot on him, and then he's like, oh, I got bit, and it was just like, oh. But I agree. I'm more attached to Daryl. I'm more attached to Maggie. Rick, of course.
But I mean, Carl is kind of like home.
Right.
Carl means home. So
he's the kid that we've seen grow up since day one, basically.
7 years.
So it is very sad. I'm not saying it's not sad. It just wasn't one of those moments that was so shocking, and just like, it was kind of the way it was edited and shot, and
the people that read the comics.
And the people who wanted to spoil everything. So it was a big combination as to why it wasn't such a like, oh my God, kind of reaction. But I was just like, wow. And Patrice has a really good one. Carl messed with Negan's head, and that's never happened before now. So we'll see where that cracked open door leads. I mean, it's true. He really did have Negan kind of all like mind screwed up when he was talking to him.
On the mic.
Yeah. Like, what do you think where do you think that puts Negan in terms of, like, you think he's going to get all upset and mad when he finds out that Carl might be dying, if he finds out?
Possibly.
I mean, granted, Gabriel did kind of get into his head a little bit. He did make him confess a sin or whatever. So.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I think Negan's going to be upset, but he's still going to be pissed off at the whole Alexandria, so somebody's still going to die, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a question.
He ain't letting anybody slide.
No. He doesn't let lessons slip.
No, especially with Rick.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad thing. But it was really, really fascinating to hear Carl having that conversation with Negan, and Negan kind of being like,
"What?
What did you say? Do you want to die?" He doesn't want to die, but he knew he was. He was totally playing the game with Negan, and that was pretty awesome.
That was pretty awesome. No one stood up to him like that, yeah.
And Silver Roke can't be the only one who heard the Seth Rollins burn it down entrance once Negan started blowing up Alexandria. Burn it down for all you wrestling fans out there.
Yep.
And his question is, do you think Rick will develop a don't listen to me and stick to the plan, I'll ruin you mentality, kind of like Negan has with his people? I mean, if Rick could focus and get back in the game after this kind of goes down with Carl, he's got to, right?
I think so.
I mean, you can't have people going rogue on your missions and your plans, because it's just, if you're not all on the same page, it's not going to work.
So what happens to Daryl then?
Daryl might get exiled. Or they'll have another little scrap, little fight, kind of like...
They're going to have a heart-to-heart.
I mean, if you're going to be a good leader, you got to put your people in their place at some point.
But they've all known each other for so long at this point. Well, I mean,
but Daryl's kind of losing it, and he might be responsible for, like, I think they did it this way so that Daryl wouldn't be responsible for Carl's death, because that'd be another pretty major character death on Daryl's hands.
Yeah,
but just the idea that, like, all these people are in danger now, like, every community is basically controlled by the saviors, and it's like, damn it, Daryl. And we got a comment from Carl. You don't care about me? Of course we care about you, but like we said a few minutes ago, the impact of the death just wasn't there.
You're doing too much stupid stuff.
Because of a lot of the spoilers and just the way it was set up and shot, and your actions finally kind of caught up with you, Carl. I'm sorry to admit that, but they kind of did. In the world of Jag, with something that was a very hot button controversial topic after this episode, Carl immunity, question mark? Maybe because he was a child when it started, throughout the time he adopts an immunity. That's pretty...
That's a stretch.
That would be that'd be really awesome if he did. But yeah, I think a lot of people have kind of debunked that at this point. We're basically a week removed from the episode.
But did he get actually bit by a walker or bit by somebody else? Because I saw in a few of the comments, some people are mentioning the Whisperers.
When did he encounter any of the Whisperers, though?
I don't know.
That's the big question. Like, he kind of admitted that he was with Sadiq.
Yeah.
When it happened, so...
When?
That's actually really the big question that I'm sure they'll answer in the next episode, of when it actually happened.
Yeah.
Like, all it is speculation now. We're just guessing at this point.
I think so.
But why couldn't it have been a Whisperer? Why can't Carl be immune? If I had a vote, I would vote that he is not immune and that he's going to die in the next episode. Love and bullets with the point that I kind of like to hit on really hard. Mm-hmm. The thing that everyone is overlooking is why did he get bit? Helping Sadiq do what? Release the souls of walkers. LOL, stupidest thing of all time. Totally foolish. I don't know if it's the stupidest thing of all time.
Yeah, it's pretty damn close.
But, I mean, it's up there. But yeah, like, I mean, you gotta look at why things happen. And Carl, like I said earlier, like, he wasn't acting the way that he should be. And ever since this whole Negan thing has started, I've been 100% on board with not helping people outside of your group. Yeah. And you're just going to get yourself into trouble. And I think this is a clear example of that. It was just not a smart idea to be helping him just because Rick kind of spooked him and he didn't even hurt him. He didn't even do anything to him. And he's like, he wanted to go out there and help him. Like, yeah,
but I mean, there was a point in time when Rick used to do this stuff. He would ask him those, 3 questions, and then you would just, become a member of the group. And it's like,
I think times have changed a lot, though. In my opinion, like that, you can't do that anymore.
It's true. It's true.
Sophia with what I think is a South Park shout out here, which is what I kind of drew my attention. I kind of like it. WTF? Oh my God! The Walking Dead creators killed Carl. You bastards! Right?
No.
Right? That's gotta be a South Park thing. Like, yeah. I just enjoyed that comment.
You bastards! Yeah.
Yeah. That was I love that. I thought that was pretty funny. Super Drew with probably the nicest comment that we received on this episode. In 15 years, when Nikki reaches 40.
By the way,
she wishes.
Thank you so much. You have no idea.
And runs for president. She has my vote.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I will not have a speech.
BKNY. Now we have to watch Carl die a slow death. That is really going to suck. Fuck Negan. What does Negan have to do with it? He didn't hurt Carl.
I know, it's not.
He likes Carl.
Negan's fault.
Negan's done a lot of bad things. He has nothing to do with Carl's death yet. Here's another really fun one from Varro. I feel like you both would fit perfectly as antagonists in the show. I don't know why, LOL.
Thank you.
She couldn't be a bad guy. Maybe me. I think that would be fun.
I am shocked. I couldn't be a bad guy? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm not emotional or anything.
I don't think Nikki would be able to pull off the bad guy thing. I would love to be a bad guy.
Yes, he would.
I have heel written all over me. That would be so much fun. I would love to be a heel.
Totally. Heel, babyface, all the way.
Dennis D, you're such a lucky man. Thank you very much. I know I am. Fantastic reactions. Thank you again. Eugene is working his way back. Only 2 months to wait, though. Eugene ain't waking his way back. But helping Father Gabriel ain't enough. I'm sorry. That's just not enough. He's already made his bed. He's sleeping in it. He's gonna have to do a lot more than that to get back on the good side.
Imagine when he finds out about Carl.
You're
really not gonna be able to sleep then, homie.
I don't know. I still don't know how much Eugene actually cares about anybody.
Yeah, what did he call them? Traveling companions?
Eugene.
That's rude.
And we got a comment from Negan.
Yep.
I clobbered the hell out of Rick.
You sure did.
Yeah, you did.
But Rick got you. He got you a couple of times.
And he got his hands on your baby.
He sure did. Oh my God. I was freaking out, but he should have hit him.
He should have gone back in there and finished the job. But again, Negan ain't dying anytime soon. He's too badass of a character. Yeah. We're gonna see Negan for a long time. But that fight scene, though,
that was
pretty badass for as long as it lasted.
Sure thing.
And the last comment. This is probably the most important comment of all of them, from Steve209. Don't give up on the show because of Carl. There's extremely creative people writing new material for life without Carl. Give them a chance. After all, we've been hooked for 8.5 seasons. Thanks for the great reaction. That is a great point. We've put so much time and invested so much of our time into this show. Don't let Carl's death ruin it for you. I know everyone's really, really upset.
Yeah, you gotta watch it till the end.
But the show goes on. We still love Michonne. We still love Rick. We are mad at Daryl, but we still love Daryl. Like,
what's gonna happen to Judith?
We still got Maggie. Like, there are so many great things that we could still be focused on in this episode. Don't lose hope on The Walking Dead. Be positive. I know it's hard. I know y'all loved Carl so much, but have faith. I know things aren't where you want them to be right now. Just keep watching. Yeah. Keep watching with us, because we're gonna keep doing the show. and, you know, just try to be positive about it. I know it's a really shitty situation because I know a lot of people were really attached to him because they saw him grow up from the beginning.
Yep.
But don't give up on The Walking Dead.
You never know what's going to happen, and I will continue to watch the show.
We're going to keep supporting. We're going to keep watching. We love the show. And, you know, take it for what it's worth. We still got a lot of really... And Negan's still alive.
Yeah.
Negan is still there. So who knows what we're going to get. Just stay focused. Enjoy the show for what it is. Try to be positive. And be nice to each other. Alright, that's going to do it for this comment video. The mid-season finale. We've got time to spare until the next episode. We're going to throw out some stuff for you. I did a Star Wars reaction. When we get the new trailers on stuff, I'll do Star Wars stuff. We're going to maybe try to jump into some new TV shows. We'll try and figure it out.
And try to do that eating thing, the spicy stuff.
We're going to try to do the eating thing. We'll try to get content out. But until then, just keep leaving us comments. Go hit us up on Twitter. You could go follow us, Nikki and Steve React. Just go find us there. The link is in the description below. Keep the conversation going. Just because we're on a little bit of a break doesn't mean we don't want to hear from you. So keep leaving comments, keep hitting us up, and
we can all have a difference of opinion. Doesn't mean somebody is right. Doesn't mean somebody is wrong. So keep it nice.
Yeah, just be nice to each other. Everyone's got a good opinion, regardless of what you think your opinion should be. We could all have constructive conversations about this stuff. So.
Without calling each other names, too.
Exactly. So keep leaving them comments, and we will see you guys later. Bye.